Thank you for coming. Please take a seat.
Thank you so much for inviting me to become part of the family here at Howard Street. I'm very excited. I think I could be an excellent fit.
Well, we are very intrigued by your application, but we do have a few questions, so let's get started.
By all means.
Do you have any objections to circumcision?
I'm sorry. Would you mind repeating that question?
Circumcision, would that be a problem for you?
That's a complicated question. It raises a number of questions involving faith, hygiene, plus there's also the pain factor.
We really can't continue if this would be a deal breaker.
It's important to us. Jerry is obsessive about personal hygiene.
Well, I don't know if I'd view it as a deal breaker. Can we call it a negotiation point?
Perhaps. Let's continue. What are your career aspirations?
Yes, well, I have great ambitions to work my way up to great positions of responsibility in your family. I am eager to excel at every challenge you present. Ultimately, I'd like to head my own enterprise.
An entrepreneur. How interesting. How are your sleep habits?
Sorry?
How many hours of sleep will you need each night?
Well, I don't know, no less than 8. Normal, I suppose?
Uninterrupted?
Generally. So long as I can eat within an hour before bedtime.
We can arrange that, but you should know that Janine is not open to interrupted sleep. Makes her cranky.
I think that's a bit personal, Jerry. This isn't about us, but about our applicant.
Of course. My mistake. Let's get back to you. Why do you want to join us?
I'm glad you asked that. I've done a fair amount of background research, and I believe that you offer the greatest number of opportunities for life advancement. You are well capitalized and have a broad array of interests that could provide me with multiple skills and aptitudes. Plus, I'm intrigued by the international scope of your activities.
So you like that we are wealthy, travel, and have our fingers in lots of pots?
Oh, one could phrase it in that fashion, although I'd not choose to do so.
We've reviewed your qualifications extensively, including your blood test. We note that you have some constitutional issues.
I am not aware of such. I would consult with legal counsel to address any potential legal matters.
Perhaps Jerry was unclear. We noted intolerance issues.
I can't imagine. I'm open to all faiths and backgrounds. I consider myself a very inclusive person.
Well, it says here that you have difficulty tolerating dairy, some fruits, and may object to red meat.
Oh, yes. Red meat and dairy probably won't agree with me.
I don't think I've ever bothered to get their opinion.
I frankly wouldn't be interested.
What I mean is that these foods may upset my stomach after I'm born.
Oh, well, that's important because I am concerned about colic. I don't want digestion issues. They lead to sleep issues, and we definitely don't want to go there. Will this condition of yours be treatable?
May I ask you a somewhat personal question?
Of course, dear. We have no secrets in our family.
Is this your first time?
Our first interview?
Your first child?
Is it that obvious?
Yeah. You start off with circumcision, jump into sleep patterns and colic. I suppose potty training is coming soon?
That's next on our list. Can we get that done in less than a year?
I've done quite a few of these interviews, and I think there are some things you should know.
Feel freely to talk freely, son. We'll need to begin learning from one another.
You're onto something, Jerry. Do you mind if I call you Jerry? Having a child isn't really all about you.
Excuse me?
I can't count the number of times that I've done these interviews where prospective parents expect me to be a lovely, trouble-free child. Oh, they want a child who grows up to be successful, smart, and who will take care of them in their older years.
And have cute grandchildren.
Your other candidates will freely lie straight to your faces and tell you everything they think you want to hear, but I don't want that kind of relationship with my new parents.
Oh, and we truly appreciate your commitment to honesty.
Honesty? No, folks, I'm talking about priorities. We need to be very clear from the beginning that I require and will demand love, attention, care, and nurturing. I'm going to hold you to that.
That goes without saying, of course.
We agree wholeheartedly.
Oh, really? This coming from the people who don't want digestion or sleep issues and the man concerned about penile hygiene.
Well, they weren't demands, just preferences. Isn't that what this interview process is about?
Have you spoken to any other parents about this parenting selection process?
Well, of course. The agreement between child and parent should be mutual.
Mutual! That is a rich one. So then, if and when we come to agreement and then I go through the implantation and am born, then what exactly happens if I have a change of mind? Say I decide to take a bit longer to potty train. Let's say 4 years instead of 1. Oh, what do? Sue me?
Well, no. But what if we have a change of circumstance and we choose to have additional children that get more attention than you? Things do change. So we're assuming good faith here.
You should have full faith that if you materially change the terms of our deal, I will make your life a living hell because you betrayed your child. There may not be any worse transgression by a parent.
Betrayal? Oh, no. We're not talking betrayal. No. But circumstances do change. Life is unpredictable. Illnesses, accidents, new perspectives are constantly altering the landscapes that we construct. Surely you aren't anti-change?
I'm down with changing my diapers, and you can change your hair color, your waistline, your taste in music, but we are talking about my life right now. I expect love, respect, attention, opportunity, education, and a high standard of care. These are non-negotiable.
We very much support these things. It isn't that you're being unreasonable, but you do seem a tad inflexible.
I'm a child. Of course I'm inflexible. I can't be bothered whether my demands are reasonable. They are what I want. Your role is to figure out how to make it happen.
I'm not sure we see it that way.
You haven't done your homework, have you? I'm tempted to send you to your room without dinner.
I'm getting a little put off by your cheeky tone. Now, we still might be your parents, and some respect is due.
I find it to be very discomforting. Jerry, I think maybe he should leave.
Yes, love, I understand, but this conversation is bringing up some good points. I mean, our previous applicants may feel the same way as this one, but might just be putting on a false face.
Do you mean we can't trust any of the children to be that we interview?
I can't be sure. And once they're born, we can't very well return them or take them to court.
Well, I'm not sure that I like this process at all. Maybe we should just have children the old-fashioned way.
And dismiss all that science and progress has brought us? I'm not comfortable playing Russian roulette with our offspring.
Gracious, no, but don't we have other options than collective bargaining sessions with the fetus? Is there no one we can trust?
I've learned that you can't trust anyone over 1 foot tall.
You've seen too much, even though you've seen nothing yet.
Don't blame the kid, Jeannie. He's an innocent.
All I wanted was a child with whom we can share our love, and our good fortune was too much to ask to be able to pass on our privilege and life experience to future generations. I feel like we are being punished for being blessed with bounty.
Please don't think of it that way, dear. We will find a child who will appreciate what we have to offer. It just may take a little more effort.
Please, don't cry. I can't handle someone other than me crying. I didn't mean to offend you or to hurt you. You seem like great people. Just a bit naive, perhaps.
You seem, if I may say, narcissistic.
I'm a child. What else would I be?
It's really hard to overlook being accused of being an ignorant parent.
Well, Jeannie, darling, what would you say? Should we keep interviewing or choose this applicant and take a shot with him?
He's a lovely fetus and all, but I'm still feeling shaken by this process. And frankly, I'm reconsidering this whole having children thing. It seems so risky.
No risk, no reward.
No risk, never adored.
Will he agree not to cry except when he's hungry?
That's a tough one. How about if I'm in pain?
It's negotiable. And you'll always love us, even when you're a teenager.
Accepting the hypothetical that a teenager can love anything other than himself, I'll commit to that.
Once we get this whole deal memorialized and notarized, I think we've got ourselves a deal.
That's great, Dad. Until then, could I borrow $20? I have some debts I've got to pay off before I do this birth thing.